What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Asia.
And it's your boy, BJ.
Back in the building.
Back in effect. Back like we never left. Family, we appreciate y'all for pulling up and tuning in for another reaction. We got it from here. Today, we're going to be jumping into Gordon Lightfoot. The title of this one is The Wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, I know this has to do with, like, Lake Superior, like on Lake Superior, but other than that, I'm not really a whole lot sure. You're going to have to kind of educate me on this one. Yeah.
This would be interesting. I'm wondering, I've never heard this song before, but I'm just curious to know how much of the information will be in the song. And then I'll tell you after. But
okay.
If you haven't already, be sure you head over to my vlog channel. I'm just Asia. Check out the content. I also have a reaction channel. I'm still Asia, dropping fire reactions, y'all. Sure. The links will be in the description for both of those channels, so make sure y'all check them out.
And if y'all are watching right now, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos from Asia and BJ. Yeah. And y'all, let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's go.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, this should be good. Yeah. I hope it's really good. Let's go. The Wreck.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. That good ship and true was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As the big freighters go, it was bigger than most, with a crew and good captain well seasoned, concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. Then later that night when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they'd been feeling? The wind in the wires made a tattletale sound, and the wave broke over the railing. And every man knew, as the captain did too, 'twas the witch of November come stealing. The dawn came late and the breakfast had to wait when the gales of November came slashing. When afternoon came, it was freezing rain in the face of a hurricane west wind.
Did you hear that?
The hurricane?
The hurricane wind. It was like a crazy freak accident, basically.
Yeah, because they're coming back from Wisconsin, coming back down through Lake Superior, so they're coming back down towards what, Ohio, Michigan.
Yeah. But that's crazy. He said that the waves broke over the railing. Like, they woke up basically to a storm. Yeah.
In the face of a hurricane west wind. Supper time came, the old cook came on deck saying, "Fellas, it's too rough to feed you." At 7 p.m. a main hatchway caved in. He said, "Fellas, it's been good to know ya." The captain wired in, he had water coming in, and the good ship and crew was in peril. Later that night when his lights went out of sight, came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind her. They might have split up or they might have capsized. They may have broke deep and took water. And all that remains is the faces and the names of the wives and the sons and the daughters.
It's so sad. It's so sad. They didn't find anybody.
Especially especially like just the loss of human life, period, you know.
29 people, I think, were on that ship. And nobody was found. Like, they didn't recover anybody's, like, nobody's, nothing.
And they were only 15 miles out. That's not far at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Wives and the sons and the daughters. Lake Huron rolls, Superior sings in the rooms of her ice water mansion. Old Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. The islands and bays are for sportsmen. And farther below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. The iron boats go, as the mariners all know, with the gales of November remembered. In a musty old hall in Detroit they prayed in the Maritime Sailors' Cathedral. The church bell chimed till it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. And the legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. Superior, they said, never gives up her dead when the gales of November come early.
There you have it. The wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald.
That's just crazy.
I like how it was very, very informative in regards to like just the storytelling, really from A to Z as well.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. I can remember, like, I mean, this particular, like, and I feel like this is probably just one of those like more intriguing stories because it's almost like, what the heck happened to the people? Like, why didn't they ever find anything? And there was another ship supposedly that was kind of like trailing them. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, that ship went around the storm and the Edmund Fitzgerald, for whatever reason, decided to go through it or something like that. It's something was kind of off about what they did. Mm-hmm. And ultimately that was like, you know, the demise of like the ship. Yeah, because it was almost like a freak thing. It was like 1 minute they were fine and like literally it went from that to like the whole damn ship was about to like
that's what it sounded like too. It sounded like it was just something out of nowhere where it just they just went into
a storm, a lot of water, and I think the captain was not fully aware that the ship was taking in water the way that it was, and it ended up, you know, taking the ship down.
Because it could have been in the middle of the night while all that was happening, so they're just inside knowing that the storm is going on the outside, but they're not aware that water's still coming in, you know, over the
that's
rails,
what they said happened.
possibly.
Yeah,
so.
And then it split in two. Like when they found it at the bottom of Lake Superior, I think it was Lake Superior.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at it, looking at the picture of it, it's a long cargo ship. It's very, very long. So I can see that once it starts going down, it will break.
Well, the biggest thing was that the ship was. It had more on it than what it weighed while it was empty. Like it was
said
full,
26,000 tons.
Yeah. So the ship had weight, like it was enough to sink the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
if it took on excess water that it wasn't able to take on, it would have made it without it. But you take on that excess water, you know how much water weighs. So yeah. So it was already taking on a heavy load, bringing in that cargo. Then, like you said, bringing in the extra water. Yeah. Probably just did it in.
But the crazy part about this, like, and I've read multiple things. I remember us them telling us about this in our tech school. I remember us in boot camp talking about this, like how big of a story this was when it actually happened, because they weren't able to recover anything from any bodies. There was nothing ever found.
They weren't able to figure out how it happened. So.
Yeah, and they couldn't figure out, and it was just crazy because it went down so fast. By the time they got there, 15 miles.
15 miles.
It took them 15 miles away from where the closest ship was, and by the time the ship got there,
it was already gone.
It was gone.
Yeah.
That's how fast that ship went. Ships don't sink that fast.
It just depends what's going on. I mean, I don't really know.
They don't take 5 minutes to ship. You got stuff, and there's things in the ship that are built into ships to keep water out. So it's not that easy for water to just come into a ship and just take on water that fast. Something happened, and I'm just like, that's the kid. Like that. I think that's like.
That's the burning question in regards to exactly what happened.
The story was like, what the heck happened that fast that the ship went down that fast and broke in two? Yeah. At that. Yeah. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just it's an interesting.
Yeah, and I feel like it's just gonna go on and on, you know, for a very long time in regards to the actual story. But again, like I said, just in regards to like how the story was broken down from like beginning to end. Hey, you get a lot of the information just in the song as well. Yeah. You know, especially for a lot of people that's unaware, that's not really up on in regards to everything that happened to Edmund Fitzgerald. You can listen to the song and literally understand everything that happened.
My thing is like I always wondered though, like how didn't they know that much water was coming into the ship and they had that much stuff on the ship? Like, how did they not know that? That's what I can't. I don't know how you don't know that.
Sometimes just human error, you know.
But there's way too many instruments on ships and boats and stuff like that to know that. Like,
that's true.
It's almost impossible not to know that you have that much water in your boat. I don't know. That's what I'm like. I don't know. How did they not know? And then the captain didn't even send a distress signal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't even have any clue exactly what happened. There's no distress call. It went down faster than it normally would. So that you know, I think that's the mystery around Edmund Fitzgerald is just all of those factors. Like what actually happened? How did it go down? Why didn't all these whys? You know.
Well, they did say, the captain acknowledged it, but by the time they acknowledged that the boat was taking in too much water and that what was going on, it was done at that point. Yeah. But there was never a call for help.
Like a distress call, like you were saying.
Yeah. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Maybe I mean, I've never read it any different. I've never heard it any different, but I would be curious to know, like, if they've found any more. I've not read or heard about that story in a very long time, but all I know is that mostly it was just a crazy, out of this world type of incident that wouldn't normally happen.
Almost sounds like a freak accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but again, to all 29 souls that were lost, like rest in peace to them. And this song, the whole story about Edmund Fitzgerald, obviously it's gonna go. It's in history and it's gonna go on forever. But the most important part is just the 29 people that were lost. Like remembering those names, remembering those people.
They changed a lot of things after this happened. Like in terms of like the laws of. Like things in particular
procedures and things of that nature,
instruments and tools and stuff. Like they implemented a lot of things after that accident had happened, but there was some stuff that wasn't in place, like they have now, like safety measures that they didn't have before that happened. Which is like, why
Sometimes that's what it takes. So it's like cause and effect.
Yeah, kind of sucks. It's like it took for that to happen for us to be like, oh. I guess we should.
Yeah.
You know.
But then again, like you know, that's how history is. It's like you learn from those types of mistakes. Unfortunately, but that's just how it goes. You know?
Yeah. So.
But yeah, definitely rest in peace to the 29 souls lost on Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Great song. So.
Yeah.
If y'all enjoyed this video, be sure you give us a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos from Asia and BJ. And if ain't nobody told you, I love you. And we gonna see y'all in the next video, y'all.
Man, I learned something today. This was a good history lesson.
Yeah. This is a good story.
I knew nothing about Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I bet you go read now.